Every major era of human civilization builds on a specific economic system that eventually maxes out its potential. Look at the 20th century. National wealth was defined by raw physical capital and manufacturing output. By the early 21st century, that power had shifted. The economy ran on software, aggregated data, and basic internet connectivity. Now, those digital frameworks are hitting a wall. We have squeezed all the efficiency we can out of basic connectivity, and traditional economics alone can no longer explain or drive global growth. This three-tiered diagram maps out what happens next. We are leaving the digital era and entering the intelligent economy, a transition that requires an entirely new civilizational framework to navigate. For centuries, economists measured growth using four basic inputs: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Today, a nation can have all four in abundance and still stagnate. To survive the transition, the intelligence age demands a completely different set of variables to accurately calculate sustainable wealth. It requires the specific calculation: prosperity equals economics multiplied by commerce, technology, trust, and sustainability. This chart introduces a major shift. Alongside the classic factors of production, the economy adds artificial intelligence. The focus shifts toward agentic AI, completing workflows autonomously. With digital twins and predictive analytics, enterprises simulate entire supply chains to anticipate disruptions before they happen. When you tally these capabilities, AI's role in our prosperity equation becomes clear. It relentlessly optimizes value across every sector. But optimization requires a pathway to travel. Just as paved roads enabled the Industrial Revolution, this new economy requires an upgraded physical infrastructure for trade. Early telecommunications networks, 1G and 2G, had a very narrow scope, existing almost exclusively to connect human voices. This timeline illustrates the progression. Through 3G and 4G, networks began carrying information. With 5G, we connected physical objects. The final step is 6G, providing bandwidth to support autonomous systems. It connects intelligence itself. Telecommunications has evolved from a passive utility into an active participant in trade. In our equation, telecom connects the value. This brings us to a major structural vulnerability. Relying on autonomous, hyper-connected networks risks systemic collapse or the widespread exclusion of everyday citizens. This infographic outlines a proven solution: Digital Public Infrastructure, or DPI. India's deployment of these open, interoperable platforms serves as the primary blueprint for the world. The base layer of this infrastructure requires trusted identity. Through the biometric Aadhaar system, over 1 billion citizens can securely verify who they are. On top of that identity layer sits open commerce. Millions of vendors process billions of real-time transactions using the unified payments interface, bypassing traditional bottlenecks. Without inclusive platforms like these, digital economies fracture. Democratic digital infrastructure ensures the system holds together, meaning governance sustains the value. If you look closely at these shifts, a clear pattern emerges. The next major leap in economic growth will not come from one isolated technological breakthrough. This diagram shows how these domains overlap. Artificial intelligence, 6G networks, quantum computing, and digital twins all form a continuous loop. They rely on each other to function. You cannot have autonomous commerce without 6G, and you cannot secure 6G without quantum-level cryptography. Their simultaneous entanglement is what triggers civilizational progress. This list breaks down the mechanics of the new era. Economics explains the value. Commerce creates it. Artificial intelligence optimizes it, and telecommunications connects it. We can map all of these domains onto a single framework, the Economics-Commerce Entanglement Matrix. It plots out the economic, commercial, and technological realities we've discussed. But notice the absolute center of the matrix. Every external node anchors directly back to human reality. We build autonomous supply chains, predictive algorithms, and planetary-scale networks, but systems only calculate optimal paths. Ultimately, humanity must give that value its purpose.